Okay, so Libra, it's going to be a fun week. The shit's going to hit the fan, and let's go. Libra, this is your weekly tarot card reading from Born Without Boundaries Tarot. It is for Libra, Sun, Moon, and Rising sign. This is your reading. I'm going to describe the energies. You let it resonate wherever it resonates in whatever part of your life it resonates. I can't see your natal chart from where I am, so I don't know what stage or part of your life it's playing out in, but this is the energy that you're going to be contending with, and it is kind of contentious, so let's get into it. Remember, there's always an extended reading that I hope you join me for. That link is down below in the description box, and I'll also pin it to the top of the comment section. And remember, you can also join me live Monday through Friday. I do a daily live tarot card reading on my second YouTube channel, Astrology Motivation. I'll attach the card somewhere above in this video so you guys can see it, and hopefully you can join me there Monday through Friday. You have to be subscribed to participate in the live chat, but not to enjoy the videos, and I hope you go and enjoy them. We're going to get into the astrology. I'm going to sprinkle astrology all throughout this reading, and then what comes out in the center is me unraveling the current situation. If a card falls out in the past, I know it has to do with this current situation, and then we're going to get into the future predictive. Where is this energy going? Let's get into the cards as I discuss a little bit of the astrology with you. You can see on the table we have some switcho, changeo, changeroo. And honestly, the cards actually make me feel a lot better about the astrology because it tells me maybe this is growing pains, right? Which means that there is growth and progress on the other side of these challenges. Major challenges to Venus. Now, Venus is still in a loosening conjunction with Mercury, which means there is still capability for you to converse and talk with eloquence and grace and really be seen, or at least present yourself verbally in terms of communications and ideas in a really wonderful way. Your mind is open, it's broad, it's expansive. Maybe you're meeting people from foreign countries, learning how to speak different languages, all those kind of really wonderful, exciting things. But then there is the opposition to Mars, which is basically this whole week. And Venus opposite Mars is like that sexual contention where everything is really heightened and drama. Drama. It's just very dramatic. There's also a square that concerns me between Venus and Neptune, which can be very self-deceptive, seeing yourself in ways that you don't feel so good about yourself, or having to basically pay the piper or comeuppance for a distorted sense of self, which could also be overspending. And I warned you guys about this, I think last week, and if I didn't, I'm sorry. There's just this sense of do not overspend, or having to deal with this feeling like I'm not good enough because I might not have as much money. People like me for my money, they like me before my beauty. Not really feeling like you're liked for other things beyond that. And when you don't have those things working in your favor, you have to dig down and find other aspects of yourself that are beautiful, and find that there is beauty beyond just, the conveniences or the luxuries you can add to people's life. This is very transformative, which means it is the core of helping you make progress this week, but it's not going to be comfortable. There's also like a quincunx, I believe, to the moon, which is conjunct Uranus in the North Node later on this week. And that is going to be like change now. It's just speaking to uncomfortable change, but actionable change that's going to make you growing from this. When it comes to what you're dealing with Mars, this could be conversations coming out, finally speaking to somebody, realizing that, oh, I didn't think you liked me, or I didn't think you appreciated me for all of these kind of really shallow reasons, thinking that maybe that's all there is to them, or that's all there is to you. I see a group of friends coming together and maybe helping to facilitate this transaction between the two of you, or just conversations that you didn't get to have, and information that you didn't review that you should have, whether it was about you or about them, or maybe it's a business deal that you're working with. This will come up now This doesn't have to be bad. Once again, it can be very, very good and very, very productive, just challenging, and give yourself the time and try very hard to have patience with yourself this week. The issue is this: with that opposition to Mars, it'll be very difficult to have patience with yourself. You want to rush into things, you'll be very combative, and your passions and even your sex drive will be extremely high. So it could get you to rush into things that aren't the wisest, and that are, especially with that square to Neptune, based on your insecurities instead of your clear mind. So this is not a great time to sign contracts or settle business deals or even decide whether something's good or bad. It's basically the best time to just take information in. Let's get back to the cards. We have transformation is beautiful, bada bing. So this is a growth period for you. And so there is a sense of optimism here that you should feel, and that is very good for you to feel and is appropriate for you to feel. And there is this sense of, hey, I just got my new wings. How do I use them? Flying may feel awkward to you at first, or you may feel like you don't deserve it, or it's almost like being in a butterfly's body but still feeling like a caterpillar. It's that transitional time. You're never going to go back to where you were, and you will come out of this. This is telling me, and this is why I was so happy to see this card, this is only going to last a week. This is only a week. This is just a transitional week, and it's just a little bit rough. I would say when I see this card, it looks to me like growing pains. Happy birthday, Doug Denny. Then we have Cat Spirit, claim your independence. So this is Aries energy, and once again, you could be really suffering from a sense of low self-esteem or compromised self-esteem or your own self-image, which has to do with that square to Neptune. It's almost like you're learning to see yourself in a different way. You're learning to see your qualities and those good aspects about yourself, different things that are good about you, instead of the ones that you became your comfort zone, which is that quincunx to Uranus saying, or to the North Node saying, get out of your comfort zone. You're not just these set of dynamics. You're this whole other set of dynamics. But you will be put to the test this week, especially since this is all, quincunx Venus, square Venus, could be in your pocketbook, right? Of I can't spend enough, maybe I can't get my hair done, maybe I can't get my nails done, maybe I just don't feel like I'm looking good enough. You may be prone to settle because you don't feel as good about yourself as you should. So once again, don't enter into any, major contracts or decisions, or rush into anybody's bed that's new. This is a sense of really being around people who can help you see the best in yourself even when you aren't. And don't feel like you have to hide it. Don't feel like you have to pretend to be what you like. If you've had a hard month and you don't have as much money in the bank, don't feel like you have to spend as much. Just say, listen, I can't share those experiences with you right now. I've got to get back on track for myself. It doesn't mean you've lost value, but you will feel it. It will challenge you that way. And that just will be one of the challenges that you'll have to face, that will encourage you to find value in yourself in places that you did not or had not been able to before. This and that are true, seeing that, there are equal qualities and equal values, that deciding that one is better than the other is just a matter of opinion. So it's almost like helping you see a different perspective or see yourself in a different way. A lot of this energy this week has to do with relationships, the relationship you have with yourself being reflected by what you settle for or how you let people treat you externally. So this and that are true, or maybe even externally, or maybe even saying that, there are different aspects of who you are that make you beautiful, and that even if you don't have the things you normally leaned on or felt secure about, there's other aspects that make you just as deserving, so you don't have to settle even if your hair is a mess or you can't keep yourself up, or maybe you got a little pot belly after the weekend. This is a sense of just not feeling right make you feel like shit about yourself. This is also a sense of seeing and clearing up any kind of contention or unclear or foggy concepts that you had about somebody else. So this can be a very contentious week because there is sexual tension growing between you and somebody else. Learning that you got somebody wrong, finding out that somebody got you wrong. And it could be that you're having heated discussions, but they wouldn't be arguments. They would be just discussions that show the conflict between the two of you, and maybe how you misinterpreted each other. Patience is the key. Slow and steady is the way to win this race. This is actually really wonderful energy for you this week because it's saying, hey, be patient with yourself. Be like the turtle. Go with the flow. Flow with this energy. Trust this energy. Even if it's uncomfortable, but be patient. And I said that as soon as I started talking to you about the astrology. Remember this sense of, slow and steady is going to win this race. It's also telling me that even though there may be contention, there is a sense of sticking it out or finding something valuable enough to keep talking about or learning about. This could be healing. It's saying it's going to heal over time, but it is showing up in the current situation. So I think really for you now this week, it's have patience. Have patience with others, but especially have patience with yourself, because that's especially where it's going to be necessary for you. Let's get into the moon cards. We haven't even gotten into the details yet. Libra. Emotions are running high. Yeah, you're dealing with a lot of emotions. You're dealing with emotions that have been backed up for a while. You're dealing with emotions that I think have been slow to be discussed, or stuff that has been sitting around, or it's taken a long time for you to bring it to the surface and speak about, or somebody's been very slow to speak to you about it. There's also a sense of impatience, as in because things have taken so long, you are very emotional now. The moon is magnifying the way you feel about things and the experiences that you're having. This is a sense of extra drama, extra emotions, emotional stuff coming out, maybe so that you see a different side or a different, it's going to be an emotional time for you. It will be a difficult week. Not a difficult week as in it will set you back, but it will be emotional for you. I'm just going to say that right now. Not in a bad way, like something horrible has happened, but in that this is stuff that, you've had to confront for a while, and it will bother you and it will frustrate you. So breathing and just giving yourself some space, maybe taking longer in the shower to just sort of relax yourself, meditate, calm yourself, whatever helps you find balance and peace is going to be a great tool for you this week. And then we have don't let pride get in your way. This is Leo energy, and this is really revealing actually as to either who you're dealing with or the main challenges. Pride. What is pride? Like, I have to look a certain way, I have to be a certain way, I have to achieve a certain thing. If I don't have value. This pride, don't let it get in your way. And this is why you're getting so emotional. This sense of your pride, like I have to keep up with the Joneses, or I have to keep up with the standards I've set for myself, when in fact maybe they were just always outcomes of you feeling like you weren't good enough, so you were overcompensating, and so those crutches are being taken away from you. You can't spend your way through this week. You can't glamour your way through this week. You can't do it. You can't charm your way through this week. You have to dig in and find other aspects of yourself, or see that, listen, I can't cover up how I don't feel, or I can't cover up how I feel anymore with all this other stuff that makes it look like everything is okay, because certain things aren't. There are feelings and emotions here that have to come out. I have to say, this isn't about somebody dying. This isn't about somebody like a traumatic event. This is about love, relationships, and physical and personal sensitivities and insecurities that are just coming up. Once again, don't let pride get in your way, and it's going to. It's here front and center because it's a primary challenge this week. You could also be dealing with somebody else's pride. Also a sense of being afraid to confront somebody and say, hey, can I get that money back that I loaned you? That kind of sense of, oh, no. Your pride would say to you instead, no, I won't ask them. I can't ask them because then they know I'd need money. Well, if you lent it to them and you need it back, your pride would be the thing that is, it's not your philanthropy. It's not your kind heart that is not letting you ask for what you need, especially if you put yourself out to do it. It's your pride, and this is where you're going to have to confront your pride, and that's that energy, especially of Mars versus Venus, Mars opposite Venus, of not realizing maybe you've overpromised yourself, maybe you've misspoken in the past, you made decisions based on bad information. Being able to accept all that are going to be challenges for you this week, Libra. But if you can be patient with yourself and face the challenges, this will actually be an extremely beautiful week for you that will yield some wonderful results, because that's what squares do. They bring into our life, they take us to the next level. They take us to a level that we would not have been capable of if we didn't get strong from those challenges. The Star card here, it's in reverse though. So honestly, this is like a disappointment, a dream that's been disappointed, or a delusion, plain and simple. Like thinking that you had to be, this is delusion. This is disillusionment. It also could be like expecting too much of somebody, or wanting only to see good parts of them when in fact you're not just seeing good parts of them. And basing them only on the things that are comfortable for you instead of judging them on everything that they are, their whole entire character. Don't convince yourself into a relationship this week, or even talking to somebody that you don't like or don't want to. This, especially with that square to Neptune, Venus squared Neptune, will definitely be the time when you will dream yourself into liking somebody that doesn't deserve it. And this could be business, this could be personal, but it's like the best course of action this week is to stick with the people that you know you love and you know love you. Because especially when you're talking about things between especially new people or somebody that you've had some contention with, or you have to get things out with, you could be more inclined in this energy to give them too much credit where they don't deserve it, because you are not feeling so good about yourself and you're letting them get away with too much. So just be careful, because this could be somebody that has abandoned you, deserted you, left you cold. As we get into more details, this is definitely feeling abandoned and left behind. And in the past, these two cards come out together. This is Chariot in reverse. So this could have been something that didn't move forward. I think something that was stuck, something that wasn't nurturing, but that in fact was really overly emotional, or in some ways dealing with your mother, especially maybe bad influences from a parental figure that made you think that this was a good way to act, when in fact it is not. And if you want your life to be better, you can't fall back on this lesson. But it's definitely something that has been stuck in the past, or just something that didn't move forward in the past because somebody abandoned you. This could also have to do with a car, something to do with a car accident, a car not move. This is in the past, not what's happening now. A car not moving forward, or feeling stuck. Now, this could also be that somebody feels stuck because you moved on and they didn't, or vice versa. So what this is going to tell you is, what do you really desire? What do you really want? If you're feeling jealous or envious of somebody, don't back down from that. Say, wow, okay, if I'm jealous, it means that somebody has something that I want. And if they have what I want, now at least I know that matters to me and that I want it, and I'm going to go out and get it for myself, not sit there and be miserable because they have it. If I'm envious of somebody, it's because I admire something about them that I wish I had in me. So now I know what to work on about me. But whatever this was in the past, it seems like there was some hopeful aspiration that just got completely kaput. And you'll be confronting this issue. I have this feeling, who is this with? I think I should ask the card. Who is this with for Libra? Eight of Wands. Eight of Wands is telling me that you'll get an opportunity to confront this situation, that lots of opportunities will come in and things will happen actually really quickly. Who is this with, though? Who is this person? Can you at least describe this person to me? Ace of Cups could be Ace of Cups, Four of Cups. This is a person that you offered love to that did not return love to you. In whatever capacity that is coming out in, you offered love to them, or you felt that there was potential for love between you or a partnership between you, and they showed lack of interest in you. This could have been a Knight of Wands, so Aries, Sagittarius, a Leo. Nine of Wands, but you're very guarded and defensive because it's like suddenly they show up again. Take it slow with them is what I'm saying. If they show up again, take it very slow. And they will. It seems like there's going to be opportunities or communications that want to come into you. Okay, don't ignore it. I think the fact that it matters to you matters. So don't ignore it, but definitely take it slow and be defensive. And remember, it's not about holding the past against them. It's about remembering that that's a part of who they are too, and that probably hasn't changed. And that the only way you know somebody's changed is if you actually see them treating you differently. And so you're starting from a place of discomfort because you should be uncomfortable. We're going to get deeper into this. Please do continue into the extended with me. The link is below, and I'll see you guys there.